We're delving further into the future of XRP and the cryptocurrency scene in today's episode. XRP is creating more of a stir than ever before, as you have already heard. With its growing institutional use and courtroom drama with the SEC, XRP is establishing itself as a significant force in international finance. We'll be talking about these revolutionary events, forecasts for the price of XRP in the future, and why the coming months may be crucial for Ripple and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole. Let's begin by discussing the ongoing legal dispute that has the whole cryptocurrency community's attention. One of the most discussed and highly followed court cases in the cryptocurrency space is the Ripple vs. SEC lawsuit, which has generated discussions and news stories worldwide. The industry as a whole has been greatly impacted by this ongoing drama, which may provide a significant precedent for future government classification and regulation of digital assets. In a fierce battle, Ripple's legal team has made compelling arguments against XRP's classification as a security under U.S. law. Furthermore, it appears like Ripple may be winning this crucial conflict based on recent court rulings and legal judgments. The door may open for institutional investors to enter the market if the lawsuit ultimately ends with a ruling in favor of Ripple. This may send the price of XRP skyrocketing and completely changing the cryptocurrency landscape. Let's not limit ourselves to the legal aspect, though. In the background, Ripple has been taking significant steps to increase its worldwide footprint. A significant European bank and Ripple has partnered to deploy the XRP ledger for international cross-border payments. This is significant because it demonstrates that Ripple is a genuine financial infrastructure for the future rather than merely a speculative asset. Banks and other financial organizations are joining the XRP trend, and the demand for XRP tokens may increase as a result of this adoption. The tokenomics of XRP, which distinguishes it from many other cryptocurrencies available on the market today, is the actual kicker in all of this. Because of its structure, there is a limited supply of XRP, and a sizable amount of it is locked up in escrow, rendering it unavailable for normal transactions. This system is intended to maintain the ecosystem's long-term stability and stop unexpected dumps. As the number of tokens on the market declines, according to the fundamental rules of supply and demand, the price may increase significantly when demand rises, particularly during times of increased acceptance or interest. An artificial supply shock might drive the price of XRP to unimaginable heights and possibly alter the landscape of digital finance if banks and other financial institutions are forced to keep it for liquidity reasons. In the upcoming months, there is a chance that XRP will rise to $20,000 or higher. As institutional funding floods in, particularly if adoption speeds up globally and regulatory certainty increases. Apart from these strategic alliances and extensive institutional adoptions, Ripple has been progressively extending its reach beyond Asia, a region renowned for its swift advancements in technology. By providing funding for cutting-edge blockchain research at prestigious universities around the Asia-Pacific area, Ripple's University Blockchain Research Initiative, or UBRI, has already achieved notable progress. Ripple is putting itself in a position to be at the forefront of this financial technology revolution by encouraging innovation, funding educational initiatives, and developing the next generation of blockchain developers. On top of XRP, universities in nations like South Korea, Japan, and Singapore are actively developing cutting-edge blockchain-based solutions. This not only increases the network's legitimacy and visibility, but also indicates that there is increasing interest in using it for enterprise applications, smart contracts, cross-border settlements, and even central bank digital currencies or CBDCs, clearing the path for the region's future financial innovation. Let's now discuss the price of XRP. It is not surprising that XRP has been increasing market share given all of these favorable factors. Analysts anticipate that XRP might reach $20,000 in a year or two, which is extremely high. And even while that might seem unrealistic, it's not completely impossible. Should XRP continue to garner institutional support, the dynamics of supply and demand may drive the price to unthinkable levels. Naturally, some doubters write these forecasts off as wishful thinking. However, the sheer volume of collaborations and integrations taking place in the background paints a different picture. The function of whales in this market should also be mentioned. Any cryptocurrency's price can be significantly impacted by whale activity, and XRP is no exception. Reports of big institutional entities acquiring enormous quantities of XRP have surfaced recently. Some whales have been covertly purchasing billions of XRP, and their long-term holding methods imply that they are placing bets on both XRP and Ripple's future prosperity. Large price changes are frequently preceded by this type of market behavior, and the market is no longer only driven by individual investors. The introduction of XRP perpetual futures contracts on significant exchanges may be one of the main drivers of XRP's expansion. Institutional traders would be able to speculate on XRP's price without actually holding the token. Thanks to this, the market may see an increase in liquidity as a result of these futures contracts, which would raise the price of XRP even more. On the opposite end of the spectrum are people who doubt XRP's long-term worth. Critics frequently draw attention to Ripple's high levels of centralization and contend that the network is insecure due to its reliance on a single business. These worries are lessened, though, by Ripple's ongoing initiatives to decentralize the network and promote third-party developers to expand on the XRP ledger. The decentralization of the network will continue to grow as more developers build projects on top of XRP. Regulation also plays a significant impact. Although the US SEC's position on digital assets has been a source of controversy for many years, Ripple's legal win over the